Hello, this is Tom Cloud with my bi-weekly precious metals update for FTM listeners. I had several letters this time, and one of them in particular needs to be addressed because we need to know what expectations are when I say things, and I don't sometimes elaborate on them enough to where you know. So the first question that came in is that I've been talking about the central banks increasing their buying for a year. And that's definitely true. And the person sending the question says, why isn't gold going up faster since central banks are buying? Investors seem to have picked up a little bit. What's going on in that world? So what I want to do is I went back and looked at some numbers as to when in January of 2019, a year and 5 months ago. Since then, gold has gone up 35% in 12 months plus 5, 17 months. It's gone up 35% since the central banks increased their buying in January 2019. On the flip side of that, during that 19 months, the gold's gone up 35%, stock market's gone up 7%, and that includes yesterday when it had a 3% day. So we're still, after 17 months, gold's up 35%, 2% a month, and the stock market's up 7% total. Since January the 1st of 2020, this will lead into the next question, gold is up 13%, while the Dow is down 3%. So there's a 16% difference in only 5 months on there. So gold continues to average over 2% a month since the central bank started buying heavily. And I don't know how in the world anyone could expect more. And we're not being smart aleck. I just don't know what you expect when you see a market moving. It's kind of like the tortoise and the hare. Gold is the tortoise. Silver will be the hare at some point. It's not right now, and we'll discuss that in a second. So hopefully you can see that until gold gets to 2,500 or 3,000, I think it's going to keep averaging at least 2% a month. There'll be months it goes down maybe a little bit, months it goes up 3%, but you can just keep looking because that steadiness of central banks buying gold and taking those 400-ounce commercial bars out of the market for individual use. I mean, it is an amazing time. Gold should be your number one foundation. If you look at a pyramid and you go up, people like to put stocks as the most, bonds is the next most, cash, real estate, foreign currency, and gold and silver right at the tip, just a little bit. But it's almost like inverted right now. It should be the opposite, seriously. Gold should be your foundation. Nobody can create out of thin air like the U.S. government is currently doing. We're printing trillions of dollars for everything from Social Security to unemployment to stimulus packages. And the stimulus packages don't even go to the coronavirus people. It goes to everything you can think of. Just look at it. And this newest bill that Nancy Pelosi sent passed through. I mean, I can't imagine one congressman voting for that, and yet almost all of them did. But please go look at where the money's going. I don't think it'll make it through the Senate, but if it did, look where the money's going. It's not going for coronavirus things up a little bit. It's going for everything else you can think of, pork belly type needs. So anyway, we look at that. Now it leads into the next question. So I hope you as listeners understand gold is not going to slow down. You're creating so much paper money that inflation will come back. Right now, unemployment's so high, people are still out of work. Yeah, once they come back and the money starts going through the system and has velocity, you're going to see higher interest rates and you're going to see higher inflation. You're going to see much higher gold. Let's move over to silver. Silver has, people say, why does it keep sticking around and doing nothing? I've said many times on this show, right now, we're in a depression. We're not in a recession, we're in a depression. So the industrial demand for silver has slowed. It's not like gold that can be used on balance sheets by central banks. Silver cannot. It can't count dollar for dollar. Even the central banks are telling you that gold is the number one thing to own because that's what they own. So you look at silver, and over the same 17 months that gold's gone from January the 1st, 2019 till now, a total of 17 months, gold up 35%, silver down 5%, down 5%. So you've got a 40% difference in gold and silver over the last 17 months. So does that mean you don't want silver? Absolutely not. I'm buying silver every month. A few $100s here and a few $100s there. I'm stockpiling ounces of silver. Why? Because I've been in this business 44 years. I've seen it all. I saw the 1976, the year I started this company, till 1980, 4 years, where silver went from $3 and change to 50, 17 times in 4 years. And then we moved forward to 2008, the financial crisis of 2008, when gold was going up just like now, silver was going down. It got down below 10. And from $9 and something, by the fall of 2012, in 4 years, silver was at 48. It went up 5.5, 6 times. So now we watch silver continually drop slowly, first quickly and then slowly continue to drop because of the uncertainty of investors staying out of an industrial metal area, investment opportunity. So now we see many things have changed. The two main things are Audi, Tesla, Chinese cars, all are moving to electric cars. Big drain on silver. But the biggest is the solar panels. State of Florida, I've mentioned, has already started making their commitment for the future for energy. Solar panels, reproduce clean energy, using the sun, using silver as the main reflector. So you look at this, and I can tell you, silver's going to go way past 50, where it's been up to twice. First in 1980, and then in 2012. The next time it goes, as this inflation kicks in from all this pork belly printing of money, even Trump, whether there's nobody being conservative. Everybody's out there trying to buy votes. The Democrats, Republicans, that's the way it works. But unfortunately this time, it's run the deficit numbers that can't, and the US dollar will not survive. I can promise you it will collapse. There's no question about it. It says, where will your money be when it does? And that's what you got to do. That's your homework. Not just metals. I'm talking about you're not going to put all your money in metals. I don't. I wouldn't expect you to. But I do expect you to have a good portion in it. And now that things are getting back, premiums are coming down. It's a great time to be adding and cost averaging. If you don't have any, you need to decide and talk to your financial advisor. But most of them don't have a clue. They know about stocks and bonds and cash, but why haven't they had you in gold if you're not in gold the last 17 months? If they had your best interest at heart, and I do a lot of business with financial advisors. There's never a week goes by I don't get calls saying, what's up? Tell me what's happening. What should I do with these investors? I'm talking about having personal gold, physical gold. Store it. And if you haven't heard, we have the lowest storage in the world. Can you believe that? In the world. The lowest storage fees. They're so low I can't even talk about them on the air. But give us a call at 800-247-2812 and we can discuss it with you. And but remember, if you're buying an ETF, you have paper gold or paper silver, not real. So hopefully we've gone through and answered these two main questions. Silver's down 5% this year while gold's up 13%. There's an 18% difference. Who would have thought I could have come to you the last week of May 2020 and tell you, hey, would you like to buy silver January 1st, 2020 prices. You'd say, yeah, count me in for $500, $5,000, $50,000, $500,000. We just had a silver sale for over $500,000. It was just to bring to where the percentage of what they wanted, they had the gold but not the silver. So you've got to do that. And then what continues to be the fastest growing part of our business are the self-directed precious metals IRA. People are, hundreds of thousands of baby boomers every month are retiring. They're taking their money from their 401k and they're creating two self-directed IRAs. One to keep their stocks and bonds going in cash, and one for precious metals. They are physical precious metals. So, we can be your we cannot be your custodian, we can be your broker and your representative, but we will help you get a custodian that you have to have. But call Dan or I at 800-247-2812 to do that. And hopefully next week, keep the questions, but we did need to hit the two big boys and why they have such a huge discrepancy. And silver may not accelerate for a few more months until the velocity of money and inflation picks up and all this stimulus is piling in, running our deficit through the roof. As I've said before, the biggest debt this country's ever had in 1 year was $1.7 trillion. We're going to be between 4 and 6 trillion for this one fiscal year that ends September 30th. So get your money in the right place. Keep doing your research for alternative investments. But I can tell you, stock market, as I said, is up 7% since January of 19, and gold is up 35, 135, and all you hear about is how great stocks are. They're fine. I've got money in stocks, but just get diversified before it's too late. So hopefully keep the questions coming. Keep praying, and thank you for all the nice comments. We had several of you that sent about my wife and I having our 50th anniversary last week, and we appreciate it. She has been there right there beside me for 50 years of building this company, raising kids, now 4 grandkids, and we just thank you for the support. And if we have any other questions we can answer, give us a call. With this week's bi-weekly Precious Metals Update, this is Tom Cloud signing out.